kids, hey church family, Tom here with our Taco Tuesday message of the week. Now kids, you must be wondering, Tom, what's with the police hat on your head? Well, I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to start with our Bible passage. Now this Bible verse takes place in John chapter 15, starting in verse 14. Now this is Jesus talking to his disciples, and this is what he says to them. He says, "You are my friends if you do what I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you." Now, kids, as disciples today, this applies to us. In other words, Jesus is our friend, or he considers us his friends if we obey him, if we do what he says. Now, how do we know what he says? Well, we read the Bible. We see what he said, and we see his commands there. And so when we obey them, we also are his friends, which is really cool, right? I know I want to be his friend, and so I need to listen to what he tells me to do. Now, this week when I was thinking about what message to share with you guys, well, a lot of my friends have been having birthdays, and so I was thinking about my age as well. And so I was also thinking about, okay, what do I share with you kids? Which got me to think about my own past as a kid. And then, boom, it clicked. I know what I'll share with you guys. I'm going to go old school. I'm going to reminisce. I'm going to bring back, something that's a little nostalgic. WWJD. That's right. Now you kids are like, what's that code for? That sounds like another foreign word like VCR or VHS or whatever. Well, kids, when I was just a young whippersnapper, WWJD was all the rage, you see. WWJD doesn't stand for another like Worldwide Wrestling Foundation kind of thing. No, it stands for What Would Jesus Do? Now, this was this big movement within youth groups all across the country. I had like a t-shirt, a bracelet, you could get hats and it's like WWJD. And it's like this Christian code within the church that kids could share with one another and remind one another about obeying God's commands. And why was that such an awesome thing for me? Well, it personally helped me when I was making some tough decisions, especially through, with school and my non-Christian friends tempting me to do things that were questionable. Sometimes things I knew were wrong. You see, it helped me to take that extra second to stop, to arrête, stop, right? Hence the police outfit. It helped me to police myself and take the extra second to think things through, like, analyze the situation. Analyze what my friends are saying. Should I do that? What would Jesus do? So in other words, it gave me that extra time to consult God's Spirit. And in fact, it got me, not thinking selfishly. Instead, I would go to God and say, God, I need some help right now in making the right decision. What would you do? And usually God would bring to mind a verse, or I would sense deep in my heart that something was right or wrong. And so if it was something God wanted me to do, maybe like helping an old lady across the street, and I was a little shy and I don't really want to, he might say, no, you should. And so then, okay, what would Jesus do? He would help her. And so I would go and help. Or if our friend was telling me to do something that I knew was wrong, right, trying to pull me into the mud with him, so to speak, by stopping and asking the question, what would Jesus do? No, he would say no, politely, but say no, a firm stop. Not going to do that. So kids, I want to share that with you this week because I hope those words, those letters, WWJD, can help you right now to make the right decision for God so that you too can be his friends. All right, that's my message for you guys this week. Adios, amigos.